What up, y'all? How's it been? Sorry, I know it's been a while, but life's been lifing, and I was feeling guided to go into hermit mode. I'm still kind of in hermit mode, but I don't wanna neglect y'all, and I don't wanna neglect the guidance that y'all could be receiving. So, happy new moon, in Sagittarius, happy Sagittarius season, happy retrograde, happy just everything. Today's Saturn day. I'm doing this right on the day of the new moon. Wear your red today, because today's a red day, and I just I love you guys. I love you. If no one told you today, I love you. You're beautiful. I see you shining. Look at you. You're shining. Whoever's hating, you better stop because my eye is an iron. And so, yeah, we ain't about that. But let's get into this reading. I guess we're gonna do a love reading. Like I said, let's just see what's, this is gonna be for the month of December. This is gonna be kind of for the new moon. I love that, like the alignment. So it's like, it's a new moon. December starts tomorrow. What is this new moon setting the intention for the month of December? As well, since it's in Sagittarius, it's actually kind of going farther. Think 6 months in the future. Think next year. Like, this is gonna really be a powerful shift of what's gonna come. As far as long-term goals, long-term future, long-term plans. So really plan that, really coordinate that, really strategize that, really just like get that going, flowing with it. And so yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. But yeah, I'm feeling love. Let's just see kind of what December's bringing for love, what December's bringing for just the energy of love. And again, love is very subjective. It's different. But ooh, we got the Queen of Wands. Hey. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, it's feeling like oozing with love, like just oozing with love, dripping with love. All kinds of love, family love, friendship love. Some of you may be having romantic love. And you're gonna just be surrounded by it. Like, you're just gonna be surrounded by this love. You're gonna be encompassed by this love. As well as like love of nature. Like, some of you are really gonna be out in nature a lot this month of December, which is cool because again, I'm a Cali kid. Like, we don't get winter, so but if you live in a place where you get winter, maybe just spend some time out in the snow, spend some time out in, like, just really enjoying the elements of nature, to really just take in this energy of love, and to just there's a lot of passion, like a lot of love and passion. So and again, this doesn't have to be just romantic love. Like, this is giving all forms of love. There's gonna be so much love around you, surrounding you, oozing into, again, from nature, from family, from friends, from a partnership. There's just so many beautiful things, and it's just gonna really blossom. It's gonna help you grow more into your royal energy. It's gonna help you step more into your queen energy, to just have more passion, compassion, and drive and assertiveness in your life. So I'm excited for y'all. That's gonna be, yes. I accept and receive. And then we got the King of, actually, that's not it, because I didn't shuffle these decks. That card wanted to come out, but let me shuffle the deck, because let's see. So we're gonna get some clarification on that one. We're gonna perform this deck, actually, because that's what I'm feeling called to do. I'm using the Sex and Love Tarot, and then I'm using the Shamanic Oracles. So, but yeah. But what made y'all smile today? We got Joy in the reverse. Ooh, is that focusing? I can't tell. Okay, yeah, we got Joy in the reverse. It's a 42, which equals a 6 numerology, which is all about the nurturing, the giver, giving back. And it's giving yourself joy, like giving yourself joy. It's like you're like oozing with all this love. Like, give yourself joy, give yourself a high five. Like, just give yourself this energy of like, hey, I'm like dripping with this love. I'm oozing this love. You want it? I got it. Dripping like water. You want it? I got it. Dripping like water. You know what I mean? That's just what this is kind of giving right now. And allow this joy to transform. Like, allow this love to really bring in this inner joy, and like, just enjoy it. Like, enjoy it. Don't feel bad for receiving it. And also, if you're just like overflowing with it, go give it. Like, yo, hey, like, let me just give this love. Let me give you this love. Like, I want to give you this love. And just give yourself this love. Give others this love. And again, this love could come in so many forms. Go hug a tree. Go give that tree some love. Go give that tree some hug. That's probably I feel like that's a message for me, because I gotta go hug my tree. I gotta hug my tree. I had a dream about my tree last night. Gotta hug my tree. I'm gonna hug my tree as many days as I can, because I never know when I'm not gonna be able to hug my tree anymore. Kind of brought my mood into a thing, because the only thing that's consistent in life is inconsistency. So, okay. All right, I feel it. Some of you really want to know about romantic love, so we'll ask about romantic love. And again, if you hating, stop hating, because there's no need to be hating. Like, I love you. Like, why are you hating? There's no room for hate. All we got is love over here. It's just love and abundance, and just reciprocity. And so, hey, you're giving me this hate and I'm giving you this love, and we're just giving all that back to the creator. So I love you. All right, so romantic love, I know. Some of you want to know, so let's ask about it. Strength, inner strength. It's definitely giving strong. It's definitely giving core. It's giving a lot of just kind of ego. And you really want this romantic love. You really want this romantic love to work. You really want this. Ooh, it's like it's pulling at you. Like your ego's pulling at you. Your ego's like, no. Like your ego's fighting it, you know? Like some of you want to know about this romantic love. This partnership's like really balanced, you know. This is a really balanced partnership, but the ego's scared. The ego's pulling. The ego wants you to stay strong and to stay committed to yourself and to like focus on the growth within yourself. Really, that's what the ego's wanting you to do right now. But if you continue to do that, you actually are just like, you're messing up the balance of this relationship. You're messing up the balance of what this relationship could be. And again, this could be like a new relationship. This could be a coming relationship. This could be a relationship you've been in for years. You know, for some of you, you've probably been in it for 8 years. You've probably been in this relationship for like 8 years, 8 months, 8 days. Who knows how long it's been? The ego's pulling at you, and it's just really like making you like a little sick. A little sick in the stomach, because you're just like, whoa, how do I feel? And it's hard because you've always been a strong person. You've always been, I don't like this one focus. You've always been a strong person. You've always had this inner strength. You've always had this strong core. And it's not the ego that's always been the strength. It's just like your confidence, your power, your will. Like your solar plexus has always just been on fire. You've always just had a strong solar plexus. But now that it's kind of being tested, you're actually seeing where it's been your highest self and where it's been your ego. And the ego's really kind of like, no. So this is what it's feeling like for like those who are like wanting to know about the romantic side of love, because again, love comes in so many different things. I feel like don't focus so much on the romantic love, focus on self-love. Like, hello, like love yourself. I love myself. You gotta love yourself, because if you love yourself, that means you love your ego. And if you love your ego, that means you gotta grow. You continue to grow inwards because you're growing with your ego now. That doesn't mean that your ego is in charge. And it's not about anyone being in charge per se. It's about walking in unison. It's about walking side by side. When you charge into war, it's not like there's like one person at the head. It's like you're walking in a line, in unison with army to go fight whatever you gotta fight. Do that with yourself. When you're fighting yourself, you gotta walk in unison with all aspects of yourself. The higher self, the ego, the child, the teen, you know, the future self, the you from like 3 other dimensions. Like there's so many different things, you know? Y'all, I was... Spirit saying not to say too much. Long story short, when I was just in a very deep meditation the other day, I saw like a version of myself, and I'm just excited to achieve that version because it was a slay. That's all I gotta say. And I got the moon. And again, why you keep fighting it really is you're scared of this change. You're scared of this rebirth. Again, it's a 18, which equals a 9 numerology. But the thing is, like, this is the key. This change is the key to like a real, like, true strength, like true growth and true power. And like, for you, it's important. You really gotta embody both aspects, the like masculine and the feminine. You gotta see the key to it. You gotta illuminate yourself. And you know, I was having a really deep reflection not that long ago, and I was like working on like self-love and stuff. It was like, you know, like who holds the key to my heart? And then like I was like communing with myself and spirit and stuff. Like they're like, no one holds the key to your heart. You hold the key to your own heart. The thing is, do you love yourself and trust yourself and have enough discernment to know who is worthy enough to be given that key? Who is worthy enough to be given this key? And like, hey, I know where my heart is. I know how it's locked up. I know where this key is. Can I trust you enough to give it to you? Can I trust you enough that you're gonna respect this key and keep it safe, and that like you aren't gonna like fumble it, lose it, XYZ? Because that's what's happening right now. It's you're scared of this change because this key is gonna change a lot of things. Like for some of you, this romance is gonna be it's gonna be crazy. Like, it's gonna be crazy. And again, it could already be crazy. You could already, again, it could be 8 years you already been this, 8 months, 8 days, 8 weeks, however long it's been. And again, the 9 numerology, again, it's a 18, which comes up to 9. And again, we got another 8. So it's like the balance of it, the beginning of it. It's just, you gotta balance it out. And there is no balance in it because even though it's the moon, it's like, if you look closely, let me see, it's like there is the sun there. So there is this overall light illuminating force. But again, the moon can't shine without the sun. The moon only shines because it reflects the sun's shine. Like, that's why the moon's bright. So it's like, you gotta reflect. You gotta reflect on what this key means to you, and if your ego is more important to you than this change and growth and this new step of life that your soul is ready to take, really. And again, that's just how it goes. So if this is like a relationship where you're just, it feels chaotic, maybe it's being chaotic because the spirit is trying to show you that, like, hey, how can we take this chaos that's happening with this romantic love and turn it into actual genuine love, unconditional love, into a love of God, you know, into a love of spirit, into a love of universe. Like, how can this be transmuted into something that's so beautiful and loving? Because it just is. It just is. Yeah. Y'all. And it was like 11:11 exactly when I checked that time. Oh my gosh. If y'all only knew. If y'all only knew. But only God knows. Anyways, so again, we're talking about romantic love. I was trying not to do that, but Spirit was saying that y'all were asking for it because y'all wanted to know. Y'all want to know what's up with this romance. So, alright, so we got a couple cards here. So, this is the basis of what's going on right now, as far as with you. And this is what's about to unfold. Like, really, for you. Like, this is about to unfold through this, like, through this love, through this romance, through this relationship. Healing energy. What's up? Let me fix that. Healing energy, which is a 20 numerology, which equals a 2. You're in a deep state of healing. You're in a deep state of really transcending the ego, because this is giving, like, anytime I pull this card, it's always just like, it just gives ego, because there's like all this like ego and chaos and power. There's power there, but you're scared of it. You're scared of it because you're letting the power rule. You're too power hungry. You're too in this power. You're like, I can't just, like, it's not even having control over it. Like, you know, any like movie with like superheroes or like witches or anything, what's the main basis of it? Them trying to control their power. Like, the, like, you know, Harry Potter didn't know he was a wizard, ends up being one of the most powerful wizards to be alive, doesn't know how to use his power, doesn't know how to control it, is scared of it. And that's what it is. Like, people are scared of their ego. People are scared of this power that's within them, that this great power that they have. Some people aren't. Some people work with it, they use it, and they manipulate it however they need to be. I don't condone that. And if you do that, I love you. I don't judge you. But you gotta do some reflecting. You gotta do some healing energy. Again, and yesterday this card got pulled and I was feeling called to read the book. So this also says, like, you just need an energy cleanse. Like, get a Reiki session, you know, go get a reading, go do some meditation, go sit in ceremony, whatever you gotta do that's gonna actually like bring about a healing energy and clear the aura and just clear anything. You gotta go do that. But again, it's a 20 numerology equals a 2. It's your decision to do that. It's your decision to heal. It's your decision to break out of this little cocoon bubble. And look, it's like, it's a hand. It's always giving like turkey, like the hand turkey whenever I pull this card. But this one is giving like, it's like your shadow's reaching out, or like your inner self is reaching out, and it's like, help me, I want to like be released. You have to integrate with the shadow. You have to love the shadow. You have to walk with the shadow. It's not about getting rid of the shadow. And that's something that like I just came to terms with like in my own healing journey, because I've been trying to get rid of the shadow and get rid of the shadow and get rid of the shadow. And then finally just communing with spirit, they were like, why are you trying to get rid of something that's a part of you? Like, this is a part of you. And it's like, why don't you just love it? And when I started loving the shadow, y'all, everything was rainbows and butterflies. I loved it. Like, it was just so beautiful. So yeah. And then omens. This is what's unfolding after the basis of what's happening. And so as you're doing this healing, and as you're just like transcending the ego, transcending the shadow, integrating shadow, loving shadow, again, omens. The signs are everywhere, y'all. The signs are everywhere, and I can't even explain to you how much the signs have been signing for me, because the signs are literally everywhere. And again, the 31 numerology, which equals a 4, structure is just like, if you're structured within yourself, if you're structured within your feeling, if you're structured within your perception of life, you're gonna see it, and you're gonna soar. You're gonna soar high above it, because then when you see the signs everywhere, those signs are everywhere, y'all. You're gonna soar with it. You're gonna fly with it. You're gonna go above it. You're gonna be illuminated by it, and you're gonna be so empowered by it that you have no choice but to express it and to be authentic with it and to just be genuine with it. It's beautiful, you know. It's the signs are showing you the night and the day. You know, that's why I love this kind of like duality. It's like it's the night and the day. It's like how you're flying through it. You know, you again the shadow. You gotta love the shadow. You gotta love the night. You gotta love the day. As much as you are so bright and happy and full of power and love and excitement and authenticity and XYZ, you also gotta love. You gotta love those darker parts. You gotta love those shadow parts. You gotta love those parts of you where you're like, actually, hey, it's like I know you need to be the best version of me, but I love you and I honor you, and you are just here because you want to protect me, and that's fine. That's what the shadow is. The shadow and the ego is here to protect us because we were hurt as a child, we were hurt as a teen, we were hurt as a young adult, we were hurt whenever we were hurt, and when we start being around people or situations or places where that's just reigniting that, or it's feeling like the same scenario, that's when the ego comes out. That's when the shadow comes out. That's because it's like, yo, we're not safe right now. Let's go, let's go, let's go. It was like, dun, 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 like alarm, red light, red light, red light, red light. And that's totally fine, because that's showing you where you could either choose to run. And again, it's triggering your fight or flight. It's fight, flight, freeze. How about love? Let's add one more to that. We could fight it, we could flight from it, we could freeze, or we could love it. Because I promise you, love, nothing will ever overcome love. Love is the best thing ever. So pay attention to the signs. The signs are signing. The signs are signing. I promise you, the signs are signing. It's just the collective energy. So, again, the ego's being pulling you right now, because the ego knows that this is the key to the ego knows that the key from the moon is what's gonna unlock this cocoon, this bubble that you're in, to break it open, cast it open. You know, bring that in. Pay attention to the signs. The signs are gonna help you. They're gonna nudge you in the right way. They're gonna push you in the right way. They're gonna do whatever you gotta do in the right way, because you gotta love it. You know, you gotta love the signs. Sorry, my dog's right here. She wants pets. Can we pet later? Yeah, can we pet later? I'm a little busy. No, okay, you can stay. Just because you're cute. Okay, and then finally, letting go. This is what's unfolding to up. It's like, I don't know why this is it. Letting go. Ooh, this is feeling hot. It's feeling hot, y'all. You're like not in heat, but it's just like you're like burning it. Like it's not like just letting it go. Like you're burning it up. Like you're like, again, it's a new moon today. Whatever you do need to let go, again, it's a good day to manifest, but like it's also a good day to release. So for me, I like to do this process. I like to release first, so I could just have a clear channel, and then I like to manifest. So I'll like write down everything I want to let go of, burn it, clear that energy, and then I write down everything that I want to manifest and bring in. Sometimes I'll burn it, sometimes I won't. It just depends on how I'm feeling. But again, Sagittarius New Moon, fire element, fire energy, work with the fire. The ring of fire. Oh my gosh, I love Nemo. I don't know if it's for all my Nemo fans out there, but and again, this is a 43 numerology, which is giving which is a 7. Sorry, I got a little distracted. 7 energy is all about inner reflection. It's all about alignment. Keep your chakras aligned right now. Keep your chakras aligned. Do what you gotta do to stay as aligned as possible, because that's what's gonna help you in letting go. That's gonna help you in letting go. As in letting go. Look at all this yellow. Look at all this yellow. That's just ego. That's solar. That's power. That's will. That's drive. That's source. You know, it's your sun. It's your sun. It's your sun. It's how you shine bright. And again, the ego is not something to be scared of. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's not anything to be anything of. You gotta love it, because it's showing you where you're still protected. It's showing you where you still have boundaries that need to be set in. It's showing you where you gotta be like, hey, you know what? I don't feel safe. I don't feel comfortable. And as much as like the ego wants to be like, let's run, let's fight, let's do this, XYZ, it's like, how can we love? You know, how can you love? I know lately what I've been doing too is just like I've been talking to my ego. Like whenever I'm feeling my ego come up, I'm like, hey, ego, come out. And like for me, it's like I literally see like this like shadow version of me like come out, and I just talk to it. I'm like, what's up? Why are you feeling like this? Like, and I like that. And then we just talk, and they'll tell me what they think, and I'm like, okay, well, how can we do this? And then eventually we come to that's like the ego is actually so understanding, and that's why I feel like there's such a misconception, because I feel like people really misunderstand the ego. Because the ego is so misunderstood because everyone thinks that the ego is not going to understand. The ego is actually really understanding. The ego is like super. Hey, we don't gotta do that. You know how dogs be. Yeah. But the ego is just like super understanding. The ego is just, you just like, it depends on how you approach. Again, like anything, like you approach anyone rude, they're gonna probably give you some stink face and attitude. You approach them like, hey, how are you? Are you okay? Do you need to talk? Do you need like XYZ? They're like, yeah, actually I do. So it's like, talk to your ego like that. Talk to your ego how you want to be talked to, how you want to be treated. Talk to it like it's a 3-year-old. Because sometimes the ego is the 3-year-old who got hurt and was abused or abandoned or a lot of other things, because I was hearing a lot of like craziness, but I don't want to trigger warn anyone. So, you know, sometimes some people went through a lot at 3 years old. Some people went a lot at 6 years old. Some people went through a lot at 8 years old. It depends, you know? And again, trauma too, to a child, like being yelled at, even if it's not like a real abusive yelling, just like a slight decimal up, like that could really, that's traumatizing for a child because they're not used to that. That's something they're unaware of. That's something they have yet to experience as a human incarnation. And so it's all about just letting it go. And again, burn it up. Burn it up, burn it up, burn it up, burn it up. Like, don't be scared to burn it up. And this is just showing you where the ego still has had the upper hand over the higher self, where the ego has always had the better view over the higher self and the higher self. But again, it's like they're still on the branch. They're still observing. It's just the ego's kind of in the upper hand right now, or has been in the upper hand. You gotta let it go. You gotta integrate it so they're both sitting on the branches. You know, stay grounded. Stay grounded, stay rooted, stay connected. Heal the root chakra, actually. You know, again, it's Saturn day today. Wear red, connect with the root. This is actually the day for the root chakra on a Sagittarius New Moon. I just love the alignment of this. Like, the alignment of things are so great. It's so wonderful. It's so... let it go, though. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Because it's... All right. There's one more card. Or 2 more cards that are going to go... Ooh, never mind. Y'all just really want to know about this romance. Does no one care about self-love? So we actually got a couple more cards. So let's see what more of this romance. It's probably gonna be a different set. So I'm gonna leave that actually, so we could reference it. But let's create a basis. So we got the 4 of Pentacles. And right now, honestly, it's giving Taurus energy. Like, it's just giving grounded stability, structure, comfort, as well as pleasure. And some of you have had a really hard time with intimacy, hard time with pleasure, hard time with experiencing pleasure, giving pleasure, or just like understanding like pleasure overall. And it's been hard because you're someone who actually enjoys pleasure. You just haven't found the right people, person, places, etc. to really experience like the pleasure, intimacy that you feel like you deserve, or that you feel like you want. Or again, even if you, again, we're talking about romantic love right now. If you got a partner, maybe the partner that you're with just isn't like pleasing you the way you need to be pleased, and maybe it's because you're not confident enough to express like, hey, I got needs and I would actually appreciate if you did XYZ. And maybe that's all you needed to say. Or maybe you're on the opposite end. You're someone who has been expressing XYZ and XYZ, and they're just not doing it. Love yourself. Love yourself. Learn to love yourself and be with yourself and be like, how do I feel pleasure? What do I feel in this intimacy? How do I feel this? But again, this is just even like Taurus energy. And Taurus is all about pleasure. They're all about comfort. They're all about just like that, like, again, ruled by Venus, just connected with that energy. But some of you have just been really felt like bound to this, like just really bound or just tied to just this concept that like that you don't deserve pleasure, or like you don't deserve intimacy, or that you're not worthy of intimacy, or that it's just not for you. Everyone deserves intimacy. The thing is, like, you know, I saw this beautiful thing from someone I follow on Instagram once, and you know, he was hosting a retreat, but he basically said like we were talking like the caption was basically focused on intimacy, and he said intimacy is into me I see. So it's like you can really be intimate with people if they're intimate with themselves, if they're so deeply in tune with themselves, they understand the type of intimacy that they have within themselves. Therefore, they could give that and share that and exchange that with other people. And y'all, like, that's not even like no joke. Like, I swear, as like I resonate with this because I've definitely have had a very crazy journey with intimacy and understanding intimacy and understanding just the levels of, and intimacy is way beyond sex. Like, sex is kind of just like the cherry on top of intimacy. Intimacy is about like genuine like connection, but like on a deeper level, on a friendly level, on romantic levels. Like, there's so many ways to be intimate with people, and just gazing into each other's eyes. That's intimate. That's intimacy. Why? Because you're looking into that person's soul. You're exchanging souls with another person. That's intimate. That wasn't sex. That doesn't mean sex. That's like, I'm like, I don't know, how are you feeling? How does it feel to just stare into each other's eyes? To just look and just stare and just be and just, hey, I see you, you see me, And, I hope that was a good intimacy exchange for some of you, and I hope that brought up some healing for some of you, because it's needed. Like, people, I feel like overall, like, it's just like sex has just been like the like standard for intimacy lately. It's like people don't understand, like, there's so much more to intimacy. It's about loving yourself. It's about seeing into yourself. Into me, I see. How deep can you see within yourself to understand what brings you pleasure, brings you joy, what makes you feel safe, seen, and heard? The ancient wisdom, and we got grounding. And it's a 7 and a 9 energy. Okay, so you gotta stay grounded. Stay connected with the ancestors. That's what's gonna help you with this right now. To help you with this like intimacy, really, and to help you just like with this overall basis, it's like staying connected with your ancestors, staying connected with your roots, staying connected with nature, staying connected. Like, allow yourself like maybe a little bit of solitude. Like, just spend a day in nature, spend a day outside, spend a day just connected, and just like, yo, I feel it, I see it, I hear you, I see you. Pachamama, speak to me. Padre Cielo, speak to me. Like, we're here, we're there, it's everything, So I love it. Like, it's a good one. You gotta stay connected with the ancestors. You gotta stay connected with what's alive. Stay connected with what's alive in you. Because there's a lot of death happening right now. A lot of death happening within ourselves. And again, it's winter season, fall season, like the shifting of seasons. Like, this is that time for hermitude, solitude within that inner reflection. There's a lot of death going on. And so you just gotta honor that. You gotta respect that, and you gotta allow it to shine. Allow yourself to shine in your own way. Allow the sunshine that you be putting out to everyone, everything, everywhere in the world. Put that sunshine to the inner world. That sun that you've been being, that big bright ball of fire that you've been being for everyone, like, externally, it's time to give that to your shadow. It's time to give that to your inner child. It's time to give that to your inner teen. It's time to give that to that yourself. And it's about having a collective communication, a collective discussion with all versions of yourself, all aspects of yourself, to allow that, to show all those versions of yourself that they're safe with you, that you are here and you are queer and you have no fear. Like, you're here and you're not gonna let anything happen to you. And it's important, sometimes you really gotta like go to the inner child and be like, hey, I know you experienced this, but I'm here now. I may not have been there physically when you needed me, but I'm here now, and I'm here in the spiritual, and I'm here in the astral plane, and I'm protecting you. And nothing, no one, nothing, everything is nothing. No, it's not gonna do nothing to you no more. It has no effect over you anymore, because you're safe and you're protected and you're loved and you're guided. So stay connected with that, y'all. Ooh. And then we got 44 home. Hey. Y'all know how dogs be. Livy, you don't gotta be yelling. That's not how you make friends. So we got 44 in the home. And it's rising. It's time to rise. It's time to rise above, like, the home that you built, the home that you created. There's a lot of balance, there's a lot of structure, there's a lot to it. But it's time to raise the elevation of the home. It's time this home just risen. Like the energy is risen. So maybe it's time to redecorate. Maybe it's time to revamp. I'm hearing roommate. Some of you may like maybe been looking for a roommate. And again, we're talking about romantic relationship actually. So it's like maybe it's just time to like move in with someone. Maybe it's just time like maybe like your relationships at that like point where it's like, hey, maybe it's time we just live together. And you know, I feel like it depends. Like there's so many aspects I feel like with living with your significant other or partner and stuff. It's just like it's just how what your perspective is on that and your belief is in that and how you guys can navigate that. Because again, that's where we're going into the partnership. And again, going into the other two cards is like if you stay connected to Earth, if you stay connected with the ancestors, if you allow yourself to just keep swimming, just keep swimming. You're gonna be really guided on like what is the right move for you, what is the right how you're gonna get out of this maze, because it feels a little bit like a maze right now. A maze in the mind, really, like you're just really just like navigating this mind and like what am I gonna do, how am I gonna do, like I have this home, I have this balance, I have this thing where, but I don't know, just like for some of you it feels like something's missing. So again, like it could be like your significant other's like went on a trip and so maybe you're just home alone right now, or maybe it's just like you guys are just so far apart that you're just like you're ready to like come together and you're ready to be like, hey, you know what, like let's just be closer together, let's just like spend more time together, like let's do these things, or maybe hey, like maybe just leave some stuff in my house and like, you know, stuff like that. So talking about the romance, talking about the thing, we're just that's just how it is. It's a romantic relationship, because you know we're talking about love, and so yeah, and y'all just wanted to hear about the romance. Like no one wanted to hear about the self-love. I was not intending to do this type of reading. I'm not the biggest love reading person, but you know everyone wants love. Like everyone wants love, whether people want to admit it or not. Everyone wants love. Everyone wants to be loved. Everyone wants just like that love. You know, everything that they see in the movies, yada yada yada. And why not? You know, it's beautiful. Love is so beautiful. The thing is, though, like my personal opinion, love yourself. If you love yourself, you're living in a movie every day. You're living in a movie every day. If you love yourself, you're in your own notebook. If you love yourself, you're in your own fairy tale. If you love yourself, you're in your own Twilight. It's like I don't know. I love Pisces. I'm a hopeless romantic. Like you know, let me not say that. I'm not a hopeless romantic. I feel like I've transcended that. I'm just romantic. I'm romantic. I have romance. I'm here for the romance. I'm here for the love. I'm here for the flowers. I'm here for just like anything that's cute and fun and fancy. And again, especially, and it starts in the home. You know, love yourself, love your home. And you know, again, if this is like something where it's like you're trying to like create more like ambiance in the home as well with like your partnership, it's like okay, like start like decorating more, or allow the partner like some space to like have their own like kind of say of how they want the home to be, raise the vibration, or you know, if you guys are gonna have like your special time, like really like take the time to like set the ambiance, set the sacred space, and just like let's do this thing. But this is what I'm feeling with this, and like it's feeling really like jumpy. Like this is like kind of like jumpy, like a good jumpy, not a bad jumpy. You're like you gotta respect it, you gotta honor it. So yeah, we're gonna do a closing card for this, and then I think I'm gonna hop off. And then we got the Queen of Cups. Yes. The Divine Feminine is here. The Divine Feminine is queer, and she's just dancing around. She's just dancing around, expressing herself so free and so flow, and just like, and what, and what. So just like love the feminine aspect, you know. And again, everyone got masculine and feminine energies in me. So whatever this romantic connection is, love the feminine aspect. Love the feminine within you. Love the feminine around you. Again, if this is like a hetero like relationship, like go love her. She needs that love. She needs that tenderness. She needs that care. She needs to just feel seen, heard, understood, and nurtured. Because she's been nurturing for too long. She's been caring for too long. She's been giving for too long. And, you know, it's time for her to kind of just receive that. But also vice versa. Like, allow her to also, like, give to you if you're someone who's just also, like, if you're the masculine energy, or if you just are more in that state. And again, it doesn't matter if you're male, female, trans, but non-binary, whatever you are. It's just take account of what energy you show up in the most, and allow that opposite to kind of balance you out, because that's what you need right now, especially in this relationship. You need that balance. You need that balance of the feminine energy. And the feminine energy is rising right now, collectively, on a grand scale, universally, because the feminine energy has been locked away for too long. So it's doing. But that's what's happening with that. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And I'll see y'all next time.